think about those that will die from not having a blood transfusion because of what the Watchtower believes. Acts 15 verse 25, which says abstain from fornication and blood and things that's blood from the meat. Sorry, my apologies. But it was talking to the Christian Jew who were still trying to be under law, that it was draining from the blood from the animal. It wasn't talking about that you couldn't have a blood transfusion. And we see that 30,000 people have died from not having blood transfusions. The Watchtower are murderers. They allow, you see these pictures of these people on the film who have died from not having blood transfusions. Something like 595 people have died a year who are Jehovah's Witnesses that have had not blood. The liaison committee are by their bedside making sure that no one else is around them to stop them from not having a blood transfusion, being faithful to their loyal Jehovah God, the God that the Watchtowers created, and brainwashed people to believe that dying from not having a blood transfusion is God's will. Is it God's will for people to die from not having a blood transfusion? I would think that most people in the normal world would think it's insane and that it's mad. Most Bible commentaries on the verses of Acts would not say that it was dealing with not having a blood transfusion. When Jesus was the ransom sacrifice for all mankind, as the Watchtower claims. Hopefully there will be some Jehovah's Witnesses that take stock, or something may remind them that this is insane, this is mad. You know, the Watchtower, one of the Watchtowers says that you are to do whatever the governing body tells you to do. That is insane. Even if it's not understandable, you still have to do it. Simon says, have a blood transfusion. Simon says, blood is good for you. Simon says, celebrate Christmas. Simon says, celebrate birthdays. Simon says, get an education. Simon says, have a blood transfusion. That is how insane the governing body who are responsible for those 595 people a year that are Jehovah's Witnesses that die from not having a blood transfusion. And I say to the Watchtower, you are bloody murderers. You don't care. You're an insane cult to take life away and to twist scripture and to mind control people from not having a blood transfusion. Jehovah's Witness will say, you're attacking. You're an apostate. You're attacking the Watchtower on blood. What I want to do is save lives. I want you to realise that it's an insane belief, that it's not true, that it's twisted and that it is a lie, that even if you believe in the Bible, it's got nothing to do with today. Noah and the blood has got nothing to do with today. To save your life, so that if you need a blood transfusion, that you would have a blood transfusion. They wouldn't just fellowship you, far as I know, in the Elders' book. But it saves your life. Look at the pictures of those people on this video that died because of the insane, mad watchtower that doesn't care if people die, as long as it is obedient to the governing body. If it's obedient to the governing body, then they will receive everlasting life. And that is a lie. That is a deception, because that's not true. Because the actual doctrine on blood is not scriptural. So, we want to save lives. We want Jehovah's Witnesses to realise that it's twisted. It's a lie. It's a deception. Open your eyes to see, so that it may save your life from a ridiculous belief that you would die early, not being in the Watchtower's paradise earth, because the Watchtower has created it, and it is insane, and the Watchtower are murderers, and they should be accountable from what has happened to those that have died from not having a blood transfusion. So the Watchtower are bloody murderers.